अगले दिन पे चला जाए, so I would miss out on the trending things.
That's a very interesting thread. Like filmmaking is a long, tedious process. You have the luxury of time, and here you have constantly creating content.
Yashraj to be a part of it, and then they contacted him. And also, he had done a brand campaign, and the brand called me, listen, we have a really cool jingle made by Yashraj only for us. Would you want to collaborate with him? And you also sing. I was like, listen, I'm a fan of him, okay? And then we spoke after that, and it was beautiful to collaborate. And also, we're talking about the current, trend. So beautiful, looking like a wow. A couple of days back, me and Hadri had gone for an award show where we were getting awarded for Jubilee. She was wearing something black. The moment she came on the stage, I had to say that line, and the entire audience cracked up. And I think he really makes that trend kind of so in the face, topical that people, you can't miss it. You can't miss it.
I mean, that's why all of your pop culture icons, the Gen Z lingo. So you have you've acted in films and you've also created content. We're going to talk a little bit about the process, how drastically different it is, because like he said that he made something and then he didn't release it.
See, I mean, kudos to him कि बहुत दिल टूटेगा, otherwise किसी का तो कि मैं पूरा काम करके बैठा था, गाना बना के बैठा था, कल डालना था, आज वो फट चुका है पूरा. So I mean, I'm sure it's very heartbreaking that way. Having said that, yeah, देखो, it is at the end of the day you just need to bring out your creative juices. किसी के किसी तरीके से आते हैं, किसी किसी तरीके से आते हैं. And not only between content creation and acting, between acting, in acting also, like उसमें एक sub layers हो जाते हैं. For example, when I was doing theatre in Delhi, I was only offered back-to-back dark intense roles. I told my director कि सर मेरे को थोड़ी बहुत कॉमेडी आती है. हाँ नहीं मतलब तो मेरे को कॉमेडी करने का मन करता है. मैंने कहा अपार तेरी आंखें ना एक ना घिनौनापन है तेरी आंखों में. So I want to use that. मैंने कहा okay, thank you sir. And cut to my film career started with Dangal, Stree, Pati Patniyon, Luka Chupi, back-to-back comedy films, and nobody was counting me in for a Jubilee or a Dhoka or a Berlin or something. तो वो एक बहुत ही अपने आप जो चीज क्रैक हो जाती है वो हो जाती है क्रैक. So I think दोनों तरफ creative juices involved हैं. किसी की स्टोरी टेलिंग इस म्यूजिकलिटी से आती है, किसी की एक्टर्स करके आती है, इवन यहाँ के एक्टर्स करके आती है, सर की अलग स्टोरी टेलिंग से आती है. वो क्रिएटिव जूसेस जिस तरीके से बाहर निकल जाए, to each its own.
Got it. Maybe we'll ask this question to Dolly. Because how different is the process to do a sketch at home in your pajamas versus being on the set with 10 people around you and a lot of cameras? It's not 10 people and it's so many more.
It's a big film.
Yeah. I mean, even when I remember when I did my first show and I went on set for the first time, and that day I was not supposed to see anything. So I was like, okay, today I'm just going to take a look around and take it all in and understand. But man, I froze so much because my director was like, you just have to come in and I know you have no dialogue, but just say yuck in your character. I couldn't say yuck. I couldn't say it, and the whole cast.
I see Karan nodding his head and saying, "Yeah,
yeah."
she couldn't."
Everybody was waiting for my cue to begin, and that pressure was intense. So of course there's a big difference shooting it at home with your tripod and camera and just being in those safe walls, but to do it with so many people who are just as much a part of it, and it's a collaborative effort. I think as creators, we also forget what team effort looks like, because we are so used to doing things on our own, especially me. I'm talking to me, I don't have a team. So I'm just talking to myself. So my process in general is just about writing a script, shooting. I mostly edit myself. So, it is a very one-person process. But when you go on a set, it's a different thing. And initially, of course, I was flabbergasted and I was like, oh God, this is so uncomfortable. But now I just feel like I love it because, when a team brings it all together, where there's so many people trying to make that one beautiful product, the energy is something else.
And is it the same?
Sachin, I was not going to make because मेरे को उसमें rhythm नहीं मिल रहा था. But because many people recommended, तो मैं थोड़ा खेल के देखा तो हो गया वो. And but this one, the wow one, तो I was pretty sure because she said it in a way कि उसमें था ही.
So you also, Dolly, look at DMs to understand what you're always.
Yeah, I think people are very vocal on what they want. So comments में, DMs में खुद ही आके वो खुद भी suggestions देते रहते हैं कि इस पे कुछ बना दो, इस पे कुछ कर दो, इसका part 2 कर दो, all of that keeps happening.
और कुछ नहीं पसंद आता तो वो भी बहुत vocally बोलते हैं.
काफी अच्छी तरह बोल जाते हैं.
Yeah, that's like we'll actually get into the length and breadth of it. of feedback on social media. So, Karan, like because everyone's pivoting and like people are getting into content creation,